Hello Space Engineers, welcome back to Hephaestus Prime, Wellington 6012 here. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you're all well. I'm well, so yeah, well, shall we get on with it? Get on with it? Already started. I've made a battery module this morning for the centipede, so already been a bit busy. Now the reason why I did this is because we will be going back over to the Southern Gateway Outpost. And what I'm going to do there is plug this in, and so while I'm working away on the Gatling guns, which will be the main focus of today, I'll be charging up the battery that's over there. So I'm just a bit worried the solar panels won't keep up, but I figure if I have a fully charged battery to start off with, then they should be able to stay on top of things and just keep it trickling away. And yeah, so a couple of reactors on board here. So I've used up most of my silver to make those components. Had to actually chop down a couple of medical components to do that. Yeah, but anyway, so that's one thing I'm going to do here, which already done, tick. And the second thing I want to do is a conveyor line from the assemblers into a separate bit of storage so that I can prepare for these away missions. So yeah. So the idea being, I'm going to tap into the assembler, and when I get it to assemble stuff, and it might be that I just click on blocks and things like that, have a bit of an idea about what I'm going to need. So make to order essentially. The assembler will divert them to a cargo container, a separate one, an isolated one, rather than the main cargo containers. And that way, everything that I need will just be in the one container, and then I can just transfer that over to the ship, whatever ship I happen to be using. So we'll give that a go this morning with the Gatling guns. Here's a good place to sort of tap into it. Put some conveyors in out of here, and I'm going to put in a few sorters. So I'll need a sorter to pull the components, and another sorter at the other end to sort of act as a bit of a valve, and then I'll need a timer to turn the sort of system on and off, because I'll also need to switch off the other sorters which pull it into the main component storage. And also there's the return as well from the storage, which goes back to the assemblers for disassembling stuff. But of course, if I have a pull, then chances are it'll empty my main storage via that. So yeah, it'll all make sense once I sort of do it. So with that, I think that I will actually do some other stuff as well. And yeah, I'll come back when all this is done, because you don't need to watch me welding up conveyors and putting them in the wrong place, which is what I inevitably do. Also just want to put in some decoration over at the control room for the engineering department. And yeah, that battery thing did take me a little while, so it's sort of I don't think I'll get all this done before nightfall, so may as well hang out here overnight, and we'll head over to the outpost in the morning, tomorrow morning. Yeah. Hokey pokey, I'll just move this onto a proper connector so that we can, in anticipation of filling it up with all our new manufactured items, and I'll get rid of that temporary connector. I just had that there to get it up off the ground so that I could, get underneath, and rather than just using a block and landing gears, I wanted to charge it too, so we'll get rid of that connector. A smart person would have probably just started at the bottom and worked their way up, but no, I had to jack it up, lift it up, whatever. So just get rid of this connector, and then we'll have a bit of a look around at this conveyor system, manufacture to order conveyor system. Well, actually, hang on. First, we'll go and have a look at our little refreshment room underneath the control room. So I haven't done anything with the control room, but just underneath, last time I think came by here, behind this door was a rock wall. Now we got a room in here. Woohoo! So we got toilets, a couple of toilets there, first toilets for the main base. Well done, me. Finally, it's only taken I don't know how many weeks. Is that table? Oh, it is. Yeah, it just looks unfinished, but that's all finished. A little bit of storage, some plants. Oh, first plants for the base as well. And yeah, a little kitchenette, some seating and stuff. So this isn't our main kitchen, restroom or area, anything like this. This is just a little bit of a break room if you were working in the control room. So somewhere to have your morning tea, that sort of thing. Anyway, moving on to the conveyor system. So I've got this button loaded up here to turn it on. Okay, so now that there turns off the sorter, and that stops anything being assembled going into the main storage. And then it also turns off that sorter there, which prevents the next sorter from actually pulling anything out of the main storage. So we can still get ingots and stuff to produce whatnot, but this new sorter over here won't pull anything out of the main storage. It's only going to empty the assemblers, and yeah, it won't take ingots or anything like that either. So with all this turned on, anything produced in the assembler is going to get sucked through into here, and we've just got another storage container underneath. So I'll put a large one in so that it has plenty of facility there for storage, and another sorter on the other side there, which is turned off to make sure that that first sorter, or the one just through that door, doesn't push it too far through into the main sort of system. Now this is the timer that's connected to that control panel, so I'll just trigger it again. You can see the different sorters that turn on and off, and just make sure that everything is now reversed. So that one's on, and that one's off, and then hopefully the other two are on. That one's on, and that one's on. Awesome. So I'll just trigger it again and get this secondary system happening. And then we'll queue up some components in the assemblers. So now they should all be on. Yep, that's going the right way. So, right, let's jump into one of these assemblers and start to assemble some stuff. So we'll go into the blocks and just go through and find out some stuff. Yeah, I'll need cargo containers, 4 of those. I'll probably do 4 Gatling guns, so I'll do 4 of those. Didn't hear it click or anything. No, all 4 are there. No, it doesn't have like a noise that makes you know that you've clicked it. Oh, I'll just have to hope it works. Conveyor tubes. Now I'm going to need, there's about 3 or 4 for each, so need some of those. Click, 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 click. And what else? Armor blocks. Yeah, so there are lightweight ones in each of the turrets, and there's also some heavy armor as well. So rather than wearing out my mouse button, I might just manually load the individual components. So I'll go into the other assembler, and I'll just click on one of the heavy armor ones. Where they're down here somewhere. Looks like it's heavy. Okay, so each of those is 150 and 50 grids. So I'm just looking at the ratio, 3 to 1. So I'll jump in here and queue up some metal grids. So I'll do a couple of thousand of those, so 2,000 of those, and then times 3, 2,000 times 3 is 6,000. So that whatever shapes I do, the ratio will be right. So that should be enough. Yeah, I don't think there's that many. And another 1,000 steels in there for the light armor. I'll go back to the other one now and go back to these blocks. So turrets. Better not forget the turrets. Where are we? Oh, I need some numbers. They're just steel though. Yeah. Don't need any of this. But this is certainly the way to do it, I think. Lights, so yeah, I might just, I'll chuck in some extra bits and pieces for you. There we are, Gatling turrets, found them. So 4 of those. Click, 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 click. And yeah, what about decoys? Might put some decoys in. Where are they? Don't see them. What do they actually take to make? I'll just load up some of those construction components for the lights before I forget. And we'll just jump into the G menu and we'll see what they take. 100 of those will do. And yeah, right. Decoys. Alright, so steel tubes. Yeah, okay. I might just do like half a dozen of those. It's probably not a bad idea to have some of them up by the outpost. So yeah, this is all loaded up. It'll take a little while by the looks to process, even though I've got all those speed modules and things. Yeah, and we'll come back in the morning and go over and finish us off. Awesome. Back soon. I think it was just about morning. Yeah. Good morning, welcome back. Morning was actually a bit further away than I thought, and I have done a few bits and pieces, so they will come apparent as the day goes on. First of all though, our manufacturing to order bypass into storage, ready to go into a ship. I'll have to come up with some shorter name than that, but you know what I mean. That's worked quite well. So yeah, I did end up with a little bit more stuff than I was expecting, hence having to put on the second storage container, which I'm just finagling with now. And that's not linking up. Stand by. My word, that took a while. So finally got everything all together and everything's all loaded. I am filled up to the gunnels. All the connectors are full, all the containers are full. I have just absolutely lots in the centipede at the moment. Now, something that is I've been thinking about doing ever since I came up with the centipede, and I'm really going to have to get onto, which I think is going to be next episode, because look, I've got bits of centipede everywhere, is having some sort of automated type docking and unlocking facility, because connecting these things up is just taking forever. Now, just on the right here is actually where I'm going to put it, the old alcove for the buggy and flyer, and it's got a little bit of stuff in there. I don't know if you saw it, but just on the left there of the waste disposal pit, there is something that I've been working on, so that will, fingers crossed, all going well, become apparent what I've done with that later on today. But back to the centipede, yeah, I want to do a sort of docking station that undocks the individual modules sort of automatically. I'm just finding now I've got multiple modules, it's taking so long to get the thing connected up properly and everything turned on, so I've got an idea of how I'm going to do that. Lots of timers is what it's going to involve. So that will be next episode. Back to this episode. Here we are. We have arrived at the Southern Gateway Outpost, and this is looking relatively level here. Yeah, just go down gently. Okay, maybe with a bit of a thump. I'll just turn all this off. Now, I'm not landing and connecting to the base because I was going to use the reactors on board to recharge the base. I did actually tap into it using the antenna before I came over, and the battery's full, so that's good. But I will just turn them on here for a little while just to charge up these batteries, because even though that was a short distance, it did use quite a bit of power because, as I say, I am just loaded. It was a very slow trip. Just weld these up while I'm here before I forget, because I didn't notice those last time. Now, the turrets, I'm just using the blueprint of the ones that are over at the main base. I'll just go up here and check this battery though. Turn everything on, and yeah, see, 100% stored, so that's awesome. Yeah, really happy with this base. That's been cool. Right, turrets. Yeah, so I'm going to use the blueprint from the turrets over at the main base. I think that means that they'll all be grouped up together as well, so that will make life a bit easy. Now, I was thinking one down here, but this little rocky outcrop over here is a little bit further away than I was anticipating, but it's a good spot, good view everywhere. Here is probably the other spot. And then one maybe over there somewhere. I was thinking one sort of quite close at the front. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe this. Okay. Well, I know where the first two are going anyway. And I was going to have 4, but I'm just wondering, I think 3 might do. Now, I did forget to produce some parts for the projector, so hopefully I've got enough, or I'm not using something else critical later on. I guess I will be grinding it down. But even though I forgot the projector, I did remember, albeit late, the ammunition, so I've got some of that ready to put in the containers. And also I got the parts for some decoys as well, so first time I've really used those on this sort of situation. Now, just in case you didn't realise, pink means the temporary, and this whole scaffolding back over to the solar panels is definitely temporary. I'll be putting the connection underground. Just putting a control panel on that projector. It's again one of these odd things that I don't know why this large grid projector doesn't have a control panel on it. So, because yeah, how do you get into it? Anywho, I'll get this projector projecting and get the thing in the right place. Stand by. Alright, putting the projector in the right place or the projection, is something I really do struggle with. It takes me absolutely forever every single time, no matter how hard I try. But anyway, I digress. So that's where the first one's going to go. So now I need to sort of connect it back to the main base. So going to go underground. So what I'm going to do is, using that scaffolding work above the ground as a bit of a template, then I'm going to count how many down I need to go and how many across, and it's going to take forever. So yeah, we'll see you sometime later. Alright, so that took about 20 minutes to put that in, but it's all connected up now, and yeah, it just links into the underneath the solar panels there. So yeah, it's a lot of effort to put these connections underground, but I like having them hidden away, so yeah, that's good. So I'm just welding up some of these bits that are sort of under the ground here. Won't be completely welding all of them up, but the welders on the front of the centipede won't get here, of course. So I'm just making a start, and more importantly, doing these conveyors up in the middle, because the last thing I want is those to get missed. So just work through that, and then we'll hook into it with the centipede. Alrighty then, one down and a couple to go. I'm just going to put some ammo in this before I forget, because that's the sort of thing I do. Now I am just in two minds as to whether the centipede with the welder attachment is any quicker than just parking the centipede next to it and using my hand welder, but we'll just persevere with it. Just change the number on this. So yeah, I'm just going to go with 3, I've decided. And yeah, we'll move on to the other two, so I'll need to take that projector with me. And yeah, that it was a little bit of an effort to put it over here, because I had to go sort of under that little gully, so I had to go down quite a bit to go across and back up. But yeah, well worth it. I quite like having it here on this little rocky outcrop. Yeah. Right, what I'll do is just go into the control seat in the Southern Gateway Outpost, and I'll just program it up just so to make sure that it all works. And I mean, I know it works, I just saw it turn on, but I just want to have a look through the camera on there. So just chuck it in the toolbar. We'll do the on off and the control like so, and turn it on and go into it. Boom, awesome, that's fantastic. Can get a pretty good view of things. Oh hey, well, that Mars looks pretty good through there. I didn't realise you could see the atmosphere. And up the top of Mount Rutherford, and that must be my sign floating up there. Alright, so yeah, we'll move on to the next one. Alright, as you can see, using my projection template this time, so hopefully I don't get lost, for one thing, and try and break the 20-minute barrier. Well, this will be a little bit easier, this one, so I've just dug that hole, and I'll just drop this, because it's a straight line. That's what I mean by easier, whereas the other one had a bit of a right angle in it. And yeah, it does take a little while to set up the projector and get it in the right place, so yeah, but it'll be good with this. I'll just be able to charge through, and yeah, I'll link up with it going underneath the path there, which then links up with the solar panels. So I'll dig this out, and I'll just charge along. Which way was... Yep, that is the right way. That could have been catastrophic. Yeah, I'll just dig this out until I get to the metalwork. Hopefully I don't blow it up, which goes to the solar panels, and put in the connection. But you probably don't want to watch that, so we'll see you back here soon. the centipede is starting to become a bit more manoeuvrable now. I think maybe losing some of its cargo into building these things is helping a great deal. So yes, that digging and placing of blocks for the connection went quite well this time using that projector, and it's still laid out there ready to put in the other side. Only took me about 8 minutes that time. Now, I was just having a bit of a thought about these outposts, and after looking through the gun sights up the top of Mount Rutherford there, that I might put one of these outposts up there. That means that I'll probably have to do some sort of hydrogen attachment for the centipede, just to give it a bit more thrust, a bit more boost to be able to get up into that high altitude, because it's really just beyond the capability of atmospheric thrusters, even in empty vehicles, let alone full vehicles. So that's certainly something I'm going to look at. It won't be today or tomorrow or the next episode, but just in the medium term. So the outpost that I'm thinking of up there will be a communications outpost. So I'll have a pretty simple one at Fort Rutherford, same as what I've got here, just to link up to that. And then that one being so high up means the space pirates probably won't get to it, and it'll be in relative safety. And I'll certainly have that antenna with a couple of turbines just pumping out the full 50-kilometre radius. And that'll be my relay station up into space. Yeah, because I'm sort of starting to think about that now as well. Again, medium to long term. We're not talking the next few episodes, but just, yeah, I have got this plan of where I want to go and what I want to do. And I think a high altitude communications relay station would be quite cool up there. Yeah. So back to the Gatling guns, and this one is all done now, and we can actually see the fighter base through there, and that's quite large. Yeah. And quite close, but not close enough that I can shoot it from here. Such a shame. Alright, so 2 down, 1 to go. We'll get on to the other one. Alright, third one is in, done and dusted. We'll head off back to the main base now. I've already filled up my cargo holds with the likes of the wind turbine that I broke down. And yeah, I've did a little bit of other stuff as well, so all ready to go. Now we need to give these Gatling guns a bit of a test run, so that's sort of what I'm getting prepared for. So I'll take the centipede back, and then I'll come up and just do the final little touches around the place, and then we'll do a bit of a test. Test. Sit rep. The guns are all complete. They all have ammo in them, so yeah, I'll just have to go and give them a bit of a test run though. I'll just power down the flyer so there's less chance of that being a target. I have also put half a dozen decoys around, or maybe 4 or 5 decoys around, and I'll just pop in here to give the guns a bit of a test fire. Just chuck the rest of the ammo in there, and I bought some bottles back from me from the base, and I've got ammo as well for my rifle. I've been carrying this rifle around with me for like the entire day, and I haven't had any ammo the whole time, so fat lot of good the rifle would have done if anything came towards me. But I manufactured some, so that's all sorted. Alright, I'll just give each of the guns a quick test fire. See, that range cleared, that's good. I'm going to head over to the base and encourage it to spawn a fighter, which can chase me, so that gun is working. Because I'll have like a 2k head start, I'll be able to get back, jump in the seat, and I'll jump into that gun and try and take it out. This is all assuming, of course, it's an atmospheric fighter, so that gun is fine. And I can actually get underneath it and take out that Gatling gun. And then I should just be able to fly up and sort of grind the remote out like I did all that long time ago with that other one that chased me back from that other place. And if that doesn't work, I'll just turn all the guns on automatic and let them let rip on it completely. So in my mind, I've gone through my checklist twice, and I think I'm ready to go. So that's all powered down, and yeah. Alright, let's do this thing. Piece of cake. Right, I'll just grind down these Gatling things and make sure that they don't shoot anything up. And then I've just got to get that turret that's on top as well. But I would call that a success. And with that, that's pretty much us for today. I'm going to leave it here. There's a couple of things that we'll do sort of on the outro, as it were. So I'm going to, once I get all the guns taken off this thing, I'll take over the cockpit. And somehow I'll get this and the flyer back at once, whether I fly the flyer back with this hanging off of it or the other way around. And yeah, I'll show you something that I did a little bit earlier over at Fort Rutherford. Its function, which will become very apparent very shortly. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you did enjoy today. A little bit of a long day, a little bit of a busy day, but a good day. And I think a day that's going to be absolutely savaged in the edit again as well. So, yep. As I said, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you again next time, I hope. And stay safe out there.